Hi everyone, Cynthia here from the Scrappy Bookworm. I'm back with the 13 Haunted Projects of Halloween. We are in week 12 and I am going to show you guys how to make really simple embellishment, the witch's broom. A lot of you guys had questions about how I made my witch's broom in my mini album out of paper, so I'm just going to do a quick tutorial to show you how I did it. I made another one here. They're really easy. They're super cute. You can add these to your mini albums. You can add them to your cards, your layouts. You can make them out of paper. You can make them out of material. I've seen people make the broom part down here, not the handle, but this part, out of corn husks. You can make them out of coffee filters, basically you could do whatever, make them out of whatever you want, but I'm going to show you how to make them out of paper. So what you're going to need is, well, for this size, and this size stands, let me see, yeah, about 4 inches because I made the handle crooked, okay? So, what you're going to need is a 4-inch circle out of like a beige cardstock. And then I have a brown cardstock here for my handle. And this measures 4 inches this way by, I think, 2.5. Let me double check. Yes, 2.5 inches across by 4. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is make the handle. And I wet my paper just a little bit, make it a little easier to work with. I'm going to crumble it up. I only mist it slightly. I don't, just to kind of dampen it so it doesn't tear when I smush it. Don't get it too wet or the glue won't hold when you go to glue it, or at least let it dry completely, I guess. Okay, so after you get it good and wrinkled, you want to, where is my towel? Here it is. Dry that up really quick. You're going to want to find something like a skinny paintbrush handle, something you can roll this paper around. And that's basically all I'm going to do. Start at one end, and you're just going to roll it up. Okay, and you kind of want to get it, nice and tight when you roll it. You don't want it too loose. And then I just took some hot glue, add it to the edge here, and I'm going to finish rolling it. Okay. So that's the handle part. I'll show you how to manipulate it then once it's nice and dry. I'll ink it up. Okay, so get your 4-inch beige circle, and I just missed that a little tiny bit as well. And I'm going to start to crinkle that. I like my witch's brooms to look nice and grungy. So I pretty much smoosh it into a ball, and then I'm going to unravel it, and I'm going to use Vintage Photo and ink up all my edges and run it along both sides. So I just kind of want to ink up the crinkles in the paper. These are really great if you get like 12 by 12 paper and make yourself some big circles and big handles. You can hang these on your wall or, anywhere you want in the house. You could probably even use Mod Podge to make them last a lot longer. If you're gonna add them to your scrapbooks though when you use Mod Podge, I would recommend acid free, just so it's safe for your photos. Okay, so then once I have it all inked up on both sides, I'm basically gonna fold it in half and then fold it in half again. Okay. Now, what I do is I imagine a little invisible line here, but I'm actually going to draw it on here for you so you can see where you're not going to cut. So I'm just going to draw a line here and here. And inside this area here, I'm not going to cut with my scissors. So then all you want to do is start cutting in to your paper. Right up to those lines, okay? And then I'm going to just snip off the tip here a little bit. So you should have something that looks like that. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. I usually start in the middle. It's just a little easier for me to guide it since it's rounded. And you can make your cuts as thick or as skinny as you like. I like mine a little bit thinner. And then I usually snip up this side a little bit because it's folded there. Just a little bit, okay? And I'll cut this side here. Okay? And you're going to unfold it carefully so you don't rip any of the bottom pieces off. See if I can get it unfolded, guys. Oh, here we go. Okay, so you should have something that looks like this. Okay, then all you're gonna do is pop your handle through the hole in the center. Okay, wind it down to the bottom and then just pinch it in. That's all you're gonna do. It's really, really, really simple. And make sure you leave enough at the top so that you can manipulate the paper and play with it. And then around the area that you didn't cut, that's where you want to tie your, or put on your ribbon. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of glue here on my handle before I squeeze my paper, just so that I know it's going to stay in place once I fold it back around. Okay, put a tiny dot on my ribbon of glue. Center it down here, and then I'm just going to wrap it around. And then once you get to the end, just want to add a little bit more glue to your ribbon and adhere it down. Okay? And you can kind of play with the papers, pull them out, make the bottom look, you know, as grungy as you want. And then I usually start pulling these out that we cut a little bit. They kind of look like that. Okay? Now the handle, all I did was basically go in and pinch it this way and pinch it that way. Kind of like you're going to form an S, and then I flattened it back out. This you got to play with a little bit because you don't want it to look too, you don't want it to look like paper. You kind of want it to look like a crooked wooden handle. Okay, and then I ran some black soot, my Distress ink, up the handle, on the top there a little bit. And then I also added, let me see where my pin is here. I also went in and just added a couple like stripes of glossy accents on the handle, just here and there, just to kind of give it a little bit of a finished look. Okay, and that's all there is to it, guys. Those are my little paper witches brooms. If you have any questions, let me know. I thank you guys so much for watching. You take care, have a good night, and I'll see you next week for the last project of the 13 Haunted Projects of Halloween. Take care, have a great day.